Fellas, I turned 27 years old today, and I wanted to share a very important lesson that I learned turning 27. Time is finite. You only have so much time. And so many of us, we waste our time. And I'm talking from experience. I'm somebody who wasted so many years of my life in my early 20s. I used to constantly be under the influence. I was constantly high. I was always drinking. And I learned being sober and not in this state of mind, this constant state of mind of being on drugs, is that I wasted so much time. I wasted so much core memories that I could have created with other people, relationships that could have been built, relationships that could have been rebuilt that, I still have not resolved in my life. And in my early 20s, I just didn't care about none of this shit. And I think a big reason is because I was always under the influence. I used to call it disassociating. I would smoke and I would get into this mindset of, all right, now I'm going to disassociate from everybody. And I formed this deep relationship with this feeling. And I didn't think nothing of it back then. I really didn't. I just thought everything was fine and it's like normal to disassociate. And, now that I look back and now that I'm constantly in a sober state of mind, I look back at all of the time that I wasted, all of the social events that I never went to, the family gatherings, events that my friends threw. A lot of these events I did not attend. I was constantly under the influence, constantly disassociating from my life. And now that I'm 27 years old and I look back at that, there's so many core memories that I just missed out on, core memories, relationships that I could have built. And I'm at this age now where I realize that I have to rebuild, create all of that now. And a lot of us, we don't think about this shit when we're young. It's not just young, but when we're constantly under the influence, we don't think about all of the life that we're missing out on. I'm not just talking about career-wise, money-wise. I'm talking about life. I missed out on so much life of my life. Being this age now and being in this mind state, it's everything to me to be there for the people around me, the people that are close to me, to be in a solid consciousness, to not keep on digging a hole that I was digging for years. It's everything to me. Time is finite. You only have so much time. I'm 27 now, and I feel like I was just 20 last week. That's how quick this shit goes. It goes by so fast. Just because you quit the drugs, just because you stay away from the vices, doesn't mean your life is going to fix your life. But for me, that was my issue. That was my main coping mechanism, is that, the weed, I had a very deep relationship with the weed and I had to cut it off. You have to cut off the things that comfort you but will destroy you in the end. A lot of people, I had this whole mindset of weed is, not a gateway drug. It's just a plant. It's not a big deal. But for me, it created this antisocial person. It created this person that just did not want to be around people. And as I've gotten older, I've realized that, I need people. We all need people. I need to be at these events. I need to be around my family. I need to be around my friends. But, this is just what I learned turning 27. And this time shit goes by so fast. It goes by so quick. And every single thing that you're putting off right now, based on yourself, you have to get to a point in your life where you destroy everything that's holding you back. For me, it was the weed, the women. For you, it might be gluttony. It could be food. For other people, it could be, you know, stealing, or, you know, an addiction, or other types of addictions. It could be anything. But you have to get to a point where these addictions do not run your life. I wish I would have done this earlier, but that is my life. That's why I'm sharing it online. This is my life. I didn't stop it earlier. I did not stop my addictive behavior earlier. I did not cure what was inside. And this is a process. I'm still within this process. This is a never-ending process. It's not like I figured every single thing out and I'm whole inside. But I do feel a lot more present. I feel like I can be there for people a lot more emotionally and just be in a sober consciousness where I'm here versus over here, but my body's here. I feel so much better. You're gonna feel better when you're off this shit, when you get off this shit, when you're not feeding into your addictions. You're gonna feel so much better, I promise you. Somebody who has been extremely addicted to vices, I promise you're gonna feel 1,000 times better, and you're gonna thank yourself in the long run. But this is what I learned turning 27, and it's a habit and a lifestyle that I'm going to continue for the rest of my life. This is John the Only. I'm sending blessings always. Peace.